because I forget things I've been in. I really do. I completely have no idea. Sometimes I'm in a hotel flipping channels and something will come on and I'm like, oh, that's me. What am I in? What am I wearing? Who is that?
I know it needs something desperately, but I can't figure it out.
Gee, you know, I've no idea what that was.
Which film of yours do you think features in the most Letterboxd members for favourites?
Spy Kids?
No, it's Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Because it got a bit of a bum steer when it first came out, you know. It was sort of derided a little bit. People were disappointed. I really like it.
How do you sort of hold your own with a director like that?
The way I held my own with Stanley, by just sort of standing up to him. If you go into it treating them like they're scary, they will be scary. You know, it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. I spoke to him, hi Stanley, I'm Alan, and he went, you're not American. I was like, I know, I'm Scottish. And he went, you're American on the tape. And I went, yeah, that's because I'm an actor, Stanley. And I was just like, don't fuck with me, Stanley Kubrick, at 6 a.m. I didn't allow him to inhabit that thing. And after that, we got on like a house on fire.
I want to read you a Letterboxd review of Eyes Wide Shut. Alan Cumming's scene with Tom Cruise is the most romantic in this movie.
That's hilarious. Certainly the most leery. So I wonder what Nicole has to say about that, or Tom. I kept saying, "Oh, stop, Stanley. I can't do more. This is ridiculous." And he kept pushing me to go more and more. I mean, I've probably got my tongue hanging out when I'm in that film. But yeah, it's a kind of funny thing because it is like 5 minutes in the film, and yet it has been. I'm still talking about it, you know, however many years, 30 years later or something. There's some lightness in it, and there's some wit in it that is not necessarily in the rest of the film. So I think it stands out as a bit of a beacon of humour.
It's funny you should ask that question, Bill, because actually there was something a little strange about the way Mr. Nightingale left, yes.
Really? What was that?
Well...
It was one of the first scripts you read and first things you did in Hollywood. What do you think were the things that were sort of different to what Hollywood was doing and still should be a bit more like Romy and Michele in Hollywood today?
2 women as the lead. That doesn't happen, especially not comedy. And it's very rare. I said to Robin, the one point we were filming, I went, oh my God, I'm the girl in this film. In a normal film, it would be 2 boys, and I would be the girl. So it was kind of, everything was subverted. I think it's interesting that, you know, we are hopefully making the sequel of it next summer. So if there was 2 men in that, you know, it was a successful film. They would have made a sequel many, many years ago. People still don't trust that women can carry films. The patriarchy is still well and truly in effect in Hollywood, definitely.
There's still one thing I just don't have.
Your own country?
I don't have you, Michele. Will you dance with me?
Only if Romy can dance with us.
Sure.
It was literally Romy and Michele and Sandy doing an interpretive dance to Time After Time. And I remember going, what? And then on to the next thing. But so it was a much bigger thing in the course of the film. I just think it had such a, you know, it's part of its kooky individual energy. And it's something that, you know, so many people reenact and do at their weddings. People write me and ask me if I will dance that with them at their weddings. And I'm never going to, much as I love them. I mean, it's one of these films that really captured people's imaginations and became part of their habit. Really fervent attachment to it. It's so great.
The very sad thing about Spice World, very difficult to stream. Very difficult to watch in the world at the moment. It's dire.
We have to do something about this.
We have to.
Spice Girls, this is an emergency. You must deal with it. If you're not going to reform, let people see the movie. Well, in a funny sort of way, their, you know, spicy names, spicy characters are sort of cartoony. You know, I'm the posh documentary maker. I based them on Nick Brimfield. In a funny way, you know, when I did Josie and the Pussycats, I basically did an impersonation of Richard E. Grant as the manager in Spice World.
Okay, so this is the plan. The band starts up, the fans go wild, the lights come on, and I walk center stage and hang myself.
I think there's some value in having characters that are sort of easily defined and are not that nuanced. You can have fun with them and you can do whatever you like. And the girls were great. I mean, I just had such a fun summer with them. It was at the height of their kind of glory.
Do you have a favourite scene or moment that you improv'd that you were maybe a bit surprised that they let you keep in?
Yes, there's a party we're trying to get in and I can't. And there's me and the two boys on the film crew. And I say, tonight is the night when three become one. Like that. And they let me keep that in.
What do you think you were doing, going off like that?
We were just having fun.
What?
You know, fun, like ha 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 ha.
I mean, Romy and Michele was a hit when it came out. Josie and the Pussycats was not. There was a cinema on 42nd Street, and I was in a play on 42nd Street on Broadway, and then a cinema down the street had Spy Kids and Josie and the Pussycats on the marquee. I was like, oh my God, I'm taking over the planet. I mean, it's kind of nice when you're in things that are hits, of course, but it's quite nice as well when more things come from the past and people rediscover them. Different generations discover, connect to different things. And so, yeah, it's very ahead of its time, I think.
What do you have as your most vivid memory from Josie and the Pussycats, a scene that at the time felt massive and that you still remember today?
The scene when Parker and I are having a laugh off. Oh, a backdoor lover as well. That was sort of, when that was being shot, I just couldn't believe we were getting away with that. Oh, and the bit when my tummy comes out at the end. That's hilarious.
Wait. Oh, I've been holding that in for the past 15 years.
When Parker left, I was the oldest person in the cast. And I was 35. I remember once, this is a good juicy gossip, the girls didn't know who Lauren Bacall was. I was just shocked.
One final bonkers Letterboxd review to read you. Among the best legacies of this film is the fact that my mother exclusively refers to Alan Cumming as my buddy Floop.
Oh, Spy Kids. I mean, it is magical that I am in a film that was such a part of so many people's childhoods. And it keeps happening. It's obviously the people who are still watching. Kids now are still watching it. Young adults come to me like at that rather than, famous guy. It's beautiful. And people freak out and I go like that to my Floop.
You can dream my dream. You can my dream.
And so many people have seen it, and it affected them. It's sort of like a magical fairy tale kind of film, and I'm a part of that. I'm a part of their sort of childhood subconscious. It's great.
Which BAFTA winning actor would you like to see on The Traitors?
I don't know. I don't know if actors are the people I want to see on it, actually. It would be hilarious to see someone kind of like, Martin Scorsese on The Traitors. It would be hilarious.
Marty could be a good traitor.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he's good. He's got the gift of the gab.
Don't know. I was angry. I said, I'm going to threaten them or maybe just shoot or something. I had no idea. I was threatening.
Guillermo del Toro. Imagine him on The Traitors.
Would he be a traitor or faithful?
He would be he would be a faithful, but he would understand the mind of the traitors.